Good morning to my students from 2AR and 2AB, 2AR, 2AJ and also 2AB. Alright, so this will be the materials or the lesson for Unit 6. And for this lesson, we will be learning about simple future tense. Okay, I want you to listen carefully as you will need to refer to these slides when you are doing the exercises. Okay, first and foremost, before we start, I would like to ask you a question. So what did you do yesterday? You can think for a while. What did you do yesterday? What did I do yesterday? Write down your answers. You can write it on a piece of paper just for you to refer. Have you written the things that you did yesterday? Okay, moving on to the next question. What do you want to do after this? Jot down your answers. Are you done? Okay, so before we begin or before we start with the lesson on the future tense, we will look back on what we already know. So, past tense. I'm sure you have learned about past tense before this. Okay, past tense is an activity or situation that began and ended in the past. If you notice, when I ask you the questions on what you did yesterday, you should have written it in a past tense. How do you know that the form is for past tense? Let us look at the form of this tense. So the form of a simple past tense is by using verb, which is the action that you are doing, plus ed for regular verb. For example, I walk to the park. I walked to the park. So for this sentence, walk is the verb, and when you plus ed, it becomes a past tense, a sentence of a simple past tense. Next example, I washed the dishes. I washed the dishes. Just like the first sentence, for this sentence, you plus ed for the regular verb. What about irregular verb? Irregular verb is the verbs that does not conform to this form. Okay, for irregular verb, you cannot just simply add ed. For example, the example of irregular verb is from sleep become slept. Sleep becomes slept. And eat become ate. Eat, ate. It does not become eated or sleeped. No, it becomes something else. But for irregular verb, there's actually a list for you. If you want the list, do tell me, okay? Now, the things that we will be learning today is on future tense. So future tense is used to express something that will happen. So it does not happen yet now, but it will happen in the future, maybe 5 minutes later or maybe 10 minutes later. So the form of a simple future tense is, there are two ways. First is by using will plus verb, and the second is by using going to plus verb. For example, I will buy a new cup. I will buy a new cup. And the next example is, I am going to paint my room. I am going to paint my room. So when do we use future tense? As I have mentioned before, it is usually used to express something that will happen in the future. Express something that will happen in the future. Now let us look on how we use will and also be going to. So for will, you use it for predictions, something that you think, something that you predict will happen. For example, I think it will rain in the evening. I think it will rain in the evening. Or, Sasha will get hungry later. So these two sentences indicates that it is a prediction. Next is using will to express willingness. For example, this is a situation. The phone is ringing. I will get it, says Connie. So, when using will in this sentence, it means that the person sort of volunteer themselves to do the action. And lastly, will is used to express decision made at the moment. Okay, so for these sentences, for this part, so imagine you are at a mall, you are walking around, you are looking for something to buy, and then you see a cute bag, or a nice looking shoes, or a very cool looking t-shirt, and then you say, oh, that is a cute bag, I will buy it. So at that moment, you made the decision to buy it. Now, BE going to BE. Okay, the BE in here does not mean the B for B, you know. This is actually refers to the form, the BE verb form that completes the sentence. So for BE form, there are different form according to, you know, either it's singular or plural. Okay, so for example, just like will, it is also used for predictions and also for prior plan. So for predictions, I think it is. Is the BE verb because it is a singular, one person. I think it is going to rain in the evening. So you predict that it will rain. And next is, I guess Armin is going to be late. So we use is because Armin is only one person. So I guess. And for prior plan means that you already have a plan for it to happen. You know that you will do it. So for example, I am going to meet Erwin for lunch. Oh yeah, sorry, excuse me. For is, it refers to it. Okay, so for this I am. You do know the BE verb for singular or plural, right? For example, like I am, she is, he is, they are for present tense. But if you will change it into past tense, it's going to be I was, or she was, they were. So you change it into a past form. And next is Eren and Mikasa are going to the library. Are because there are two persons. Okay, so for the negative statement of both will and also be going to, you just need to add the negative word or negative statement. In this case, not. So the positive or affirmative statement is I will buy a slice of chocolate cake. But for the negative is I will not buy a slice of chocolate cake. Will not. The same goes to be going to. So this sentence, the cat is going to jump on top of the table. But the next one, the negative statement is the cat is not going to jump on top of the table. As for questions, you add the verb will be in front. So will Levi come later? So you are asking a question. When you are asking the questions, the future tense will be in front. Will Levi come later? And you can answer it in two ways, either yes or no. Yes, he will come. no, he will not come. For the second, just like for the first sentence, you put it in front. Are you going to do dance tomorrow? So the answer can be yes, I am going to dance tomorrow, or no, I am not going to dance tomorrow. Now complete the sentences. You can pause the videos, jot it down, and complete the sentences. Keep it to yourself. For now, I will get it when we meet in April. Okay, now what can you see in this picture? Yes, it is a picture of the beach. What about this? There are some animals, and there's also a human over there. And if you can see here, this is what we call lunch box or maybe picnic box. So they are going for a picnic. What about this one? Yes, it is a picture of a classroom. So the students are raising their hands. Maybe they are trying to answer some questions. So these pictures show us something that we used to do before the pandemic hits us. Before we end our lesson, what I want you to do is, what do you want to do if you no longer have to worry about COVID-19? Imagine if you can go out without wearing your mask, without having to have a social distancing with your friends. What do you want to do? I want you to write an essay, a short 1-paragraph essay about what you want to do if you no longer have to worry about COVID-19. Remember to use the simple future tenses that we have learned in your essay. That will be all from me. I'll see you again next time. Bye.